Could this be the best mistake we ever made? Hi, I'm Brian.
I'm Derica, and today is a mystery.
Okay, so here's what happened. Way back when, we did a little video on blackcurrant black pepper wine. And in that video, we used just a little tiny bit of cranberry juice to hydrate the yeast. Well, we packed everything up, put that to the side, and our kitchen's a busy place, so it just sat there. We didn't refrigerate it. And after about a week, I was going to make something with it. I forget what it was. And I looked at the bottle and I was like, that looks awfully puffy. It just doesn't seem right.
So he was smart, and he took it to the sink before opening it.
Darn good thing, too. It exploded all over the place. So we figured, what the heck? Is that a spontaneous fermentation? That shows you that Publix cranberry is real juice without preservatives. So anyway, I tried it, and it tasted really, really good. So I took a test of it on March 27th. I took the test and it was 1.030, which I don't know what it started at. Probably something like 1055 or 1060 at most. I can't see it being much higher. Ooh, we could test actual cranberry juice. We have some, but I don't want to open it because then we'll have the same thing happen all over again. Sometime I'll have to test that. But I figured, okay, it's been like a month. It's been bubbling away. And it's funny because if I look at the side, you can see like there's that little run of bubbles. Just like 3 yeasts in there are still working, it seems like. Just not a lot going on. There's barely any sediment. I was thinking we could rack this and then taste it. And I said, why rack it? There's no need to rack this. This is going to prove a point to some people too. There's no need to rack it if there's no need to rack it. The only time you really want to do that is if you have live fruit in there. Well, not live, whole fruit. And it's been like a month or 2 months. But even that, you don't have to. It's just if you think it might be coming towards an end or you're going to move it or you do things to it, yeah, you might want to get it off that fruit. But it really doesn't hurt anything.
Quick note about racking that some people I don't think quite understand. When you rack a beverage off the sediment is where not only dead yeast, but live yeast and some of the sugars flocculate out of the beverage and settle. So when you throw that away, you could be killing your fermentation.
You could be retarding it. Yes.
Please don't
rack
until it's done.
So many people have been having problems because, I made a brew and in 3 days I racked it. What? Why'd you rack it in 3 days?
Don't do that.
And they're doing this, and they don't understand that secondary fermentation is sort of a misnomer. It's just a mellowing period. It's not really a fermentation. So don't do that. Wait till it's done. And you know what? I'm going to give you a perfect example. Our super simple sizer video, if you watch that, there's 2 parts to that series. One where we made it, 2 when we bottled it and drank it. And they were 4 months apart. I let it sit for 4 months. I didn't rack it. I didn't test it. I did nothing. Then we tasted it and bottled it. Didn't even rack that one. And it came out awesome. There was nothing wrong with that. So today, we're going to drink some, I don't even know what to call this. It's not really a wine.
It's kind of
It's like a cranberry cider. But it's like a cider because it's such low ABV. Can you just hold it? Because I'm just going to get a sample out. Everything has been sanitized. Okay? You can see it's bubbly. It's just the weirdest thing. I can hear the carbonation in there. Now, just so you're aware, I am not advocating leaving Publix cranberry juice sitting out because this was a happy accident, but it could have gotten a bacteria or something in there and been a not so happy accident. Yeah. If you decide to try a wild yeast fermentation or something of the like, I highly, highly suggest you take a very small taste and spit it out. If you're not sure, if it tastes like it might be questionable, you can put that right back on. If it tastes questionable, spit it out. The less you get in your body, the better. I'm going to drop a hydrometer in there. Can we just rinse that off one more time? In case we haven't mentioned it, we have cats, which means their fur is everywhere. And, things just sit out and they catch a hair or two. And I don't really want to put that in my brew. Nobody likes, when they're drinking. Oh, wow. I'm glad I didn't put any more in that. All right. How about hold this for a second? Let me pour some into this little handy-dandy Glencairn glass that we have here. We'll probably take more for a sample, but, Alrighty. Should be good. Ooh. Let's see where that's at now.
I need my writing implement.
It's almost at the bottom here, but it is at a 1014 final gravity. I'm going to call this one probably done, but I'm still going to let it go for like another few weeks. Just want to make sure. It's a wild yeast, so it could just be working really, really, really slow. And that's the thing I want to stress about this. We didn't make this. This was literally just, it happened all on its own. Just put 430, 1014. I'm hoping this tastes good because I'm really hesitant to pour this back into there. I normally don't have a problem with doing that, but I don't want to introduce extra oxygen in this case. So I'm just going to give this a swirl. It smells really nice. Interesting. It lost some of its cranberry flavor. It's tasting kind of watery now.
It smells almost like a wine cooler.
Yeah, it really does. It smells like a wine cooler, and it's not strong tasting at all. I mean, I'm gonna guess if this started at say 1050, like most juices are, it's now maybe 6% at best.
Yeah, it isn't as cranberry.
No, it used to have a lot of strong cranberry flavor, and it had like a sparkleness to it. And I'm wondering if it literally just made a soda when we tried it last. It was just a cranberry soda, and now it's actually fermenting.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So
it's not unpleasant by any means.
But it's not really something I would suggest to try at home because I don't think this is all that great. I'm kind of disappointed. Although I'm not so disappointed that I won't drink this.
I think it might be nice once it's said and done to maybe back sweeten it with cranberry juice.
Yeah. What it actually tastes like. This is, if you took a decent cranberry wine, like, one that you made, not too sweet, a little on the dry side, and you added water to it. That's almost exactly what this tastes like. If you watered it to like 1/3.
I'm not getting any strong alcohol.
No,
sensation.
It's like 4 to 6%. It's just not much. This is like a beer strength. But it's actually quite pleasant. If it was more carbonated and cold, it might actually be like a nice cider type of thing.
Right.
Like, I've been contemplating, how can I make this on purpose? And I think all I really need to do is add a commercial yeast, or I might even use bread yeast, and make this, and then do the natural carb thing, just like we've been doing. This is actually nice, because for 1014, it still tastes kind of sweet.
Oh, yeah. It's not that real, this is so dry. It's pleasant.
I actually like it. I like it. Still going to give it a couple more weeks, see what it does. Let it off gas all on its own. Because here's the thing. It'll get to an equilibrium point where it'll stop fermenting altogether. No more sugars are going to get consumed, and I think it's already close to that. Then it'll start off gassing. It's already quite clear. Let it do its thing. It started naturally, let it finish naturally. And then we'll just bottle it up. Maybe I might throw a little bit of sugar in it to natural carb it, and we're done. You want some more?
So I hope that you've enjoyed this extra special little video. And happy brewing.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.